Hey guys, welcome back. So, been a minute, been doing, a couple little shorts, whatever, but let's do a knife video. It's gonna be a grinding video. Welcome back everybody that's been here. We picked up a few new subscribers and boy, I do appreciate all of you. I really do. I don't give you a whole lot to go on, so picking up new subscribers is it's a big surprise and a big bonus. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a hollow grind. It's a new way to grind for me. It's an old style, but it's new to me. So I did a little test knife. We've got our for real knife here, all marked up and ready to go. We'll talk a little bit about that. But first thing we'll do is we got to change a bunch of stuff on the grinder to do that. So I'll get you turned around and let you see the grinder, and we'll kind of go through what we got to do to make a hollow grind setup for the grinder. Be right back. All right, so what you see here is the normal setup for almost 99% of the grinding we do. That percentage will change now if I think I'm getting good at this hollow grind. So we've got our platen, that's flat. We've got our work table and our belt, of course. And we're gonna be grinding away on this knife and making a bevel. We can use the jig if we want. We can take the platen off and we can do a convex grind. But it's a big switch over to do the hollow grind. Just to kind of show you, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Let's see here. Focus. That's a hollow grind. You can see that it goes in. Convex goes out, and of course flat is straight. So we got to use the edge of the wheel to get this hollow. I think it's going to be a cool little knife. So what we got to do here, I got my tools, I moved them, now I got to get them back. Get this water tank out of the way. First thing we're going to do is take the workstation off, the work platform. Pop this belt out of the way. And we're going to use this big wheel down here. So we got to get that flat platen out of the way. Just a couple of bolts out of the way. And then we've got a bolt here and a bolt here. You can see that that's so you can turn this, right? So that's what we're going to do. Just loosen these guys up a little bit. Now we're going into aluminum, so you don't have to get real ornery with it. We're going to tilt this guy back like this. Now I should have made marks when I did that test blade. If you can see, there's marks here, there's marks here, but I didn't reference that when I changed everything. So another thing we've got to do, whoops, is this wheel has to come up here. And I'll fast forward through some of this so you don't have to watch all this stuff, but I kind of want you to see what has to happen to make this all work. There, it's been spinning pretty free. I think we're good and tight there. All right. Now, this here, we'll throw a belt on there, and this will tell us where this arm needs to go, because when you adjust this arm, it adjusts the tension of the belt, and that all changes now. See, it wants to be this straight there. Get that on there. We'll release that guy. Let him go out. Yeah, I really can't believe I wasn't smart enough to put marks on there. I'm going to tighten him down right there. That's pretty loose, but it's kind of tough to do with the pellet. Well, we know what we're doing. I'm going to take that out just a little bit. I'm going to put this guy on there. We're going to tighten him down now so that he quits being a pain in the butt. Think we could be a touch. No, we're about right on the belt. We're gonna call that good. Let's lock this down for sure. And that's tight. That's tight. We got our wheel tight. We got that tight. And we're gonna make us a reference mark. Right there. Now we know where that goes. Now let's make us a reference mark. Let's use a smaller marker. We're gonna have a mark right there to show us the angle. That needs to be on. Okay. Here is the work platform that I made. Yeah, you barely got clearance there, but that's all right. It's all we need. So, what we're going to do is grind against that wheel like that. And you can see that it will give us a hollow grind. You got to have a small platform. If you're working with a knife that was straight, like this big one, and this wheel would not work on a knife this size. It's too small. You would, if you wanted to have any kind of bevel at all, you would probably you'd grind clear through. But if you got a straight bevel, or a straighter knife, you could pull that and then just pull away a little bit at the point like we always do on a flat grind. But you can't do that with this point swooping like it does. You've got to be able to drop the end of that a little bit to keep your bevel lines straight, even with each other. Now you can see on this one, they got away from me a little bit. I didn't have this to start with. I was just freehand grinding it, and that's fine. But I think right now I need that platform to get the groove in there. Once you got the groove in there, you can put that on there and you can just feel it. You can just feel where that contour is, where that concave is. So you move that just a touch closer. And if you saw the video, a little short I put out, I'll show you what I done. I made that adjustable. But guess what? When I welded this onto this, I had the platform on it. There's a welded nut. There's the bolt. The bolt won't come out, so I can't change this platform. I probably will eventually cut this off, so I can put different kinds of platforms on there. And hey, there's a little Sharpie there poked me. Anyway, yeah, think about what you're doing, folks, when you're doing stuff. That's all I'm saying. Let me get set up here now, and we'll start putting our bevel in there. Okay, so here's our knife. We got her inked up so we can see the lines. Right there, you can see that's where I want my bevel to go, where that shiny line is. We've got our center lines marked. I've got a mark up here to kind of guide me on my bevel. And where are we at? There's a mark right there because that's where I want my plunge line to be. We'll use a wore out 40 grit. We'll start at about a 45-degree angle and establish our plunge lines and get our bevel started, and then we'll put a sharp belt on there and go on from there. So I'll put my respirator on, quit talking, and start grinding. Okay, so we've got our plunge line set. We've got a good start on this. We'll bring that down way closer to our center line. We're fairly close. It's hard, but we're gonna probably just leave the shiny part of that line. Just come to the edge of it. We'll work that in, then I'll work the other side in. We'll change belts and come back. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. This is, it's probably been at least an hour and a half of grinding. You can see we're getting a little high over here. We're right at our line. That's where we want the whole line to come down. That's all right, we'll catch her up. Right in this belly, right there in that belly is hard. That is a hard transition. This side looks a little better, kind of dirty. This side looks a little better. We're going to change grits on the belt, but like I say, it's actually been a couple hours, so we're going to call it. We've got, we're about 40 thousandths on that edge right now. We'll get that down to 20, 15 thousandths, something like that before we sharpen it, but we'll keep sneaking up on her. I'm going to go in and get this video put up. Appreciate you watching. Keep a lookout for part 2. If you're a veteran, happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. And I got to go to work tomorrow, so maybe a day or two before you see another video, but it'll come out. Thanks, y'all. Like we always say, work hard, be safe doing it. Above all, be kind. Love y'all. See you in the funny papers.